Welcome, 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 world. Crashing LA, the brand new hot show featuring me, Terrible T, and Miss Gloria Goldwater. How you doing, Miss Lady?
I'm doing great.
Very first show.
I love it. And I'm so excited about it. And everybody looks great. The things are great. Everything. Anything you want to know, ask.
Crashing LA. So I have something right off the top of my head.
Okay.
You call the show Crashing LA.
Right.
You had something in New York brewing called Crashing New York, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. How did that all come about?
Well, I loved hip hop.
Of course.
I always did as a youngster.
Right,
Nobody knew it. I used to stay home. My mother was busy and so forth. Turn on the television, and I would hop in all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. And as I got older and I started to look around, I realized this is something that I want to do.
Right.
And I started dancing and hip-hopping all over the place. And I love every minute of it.
Of course.
So what do you want to know about that?
Well, the TV show that you started, Crashing New York. Because you're crashing both coasts now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I looked around and I saw that I didn't see anything what I wanted to see. I didn't see the artists that I heard over the radio. I wanted to see them. I wanted to know them. I wanted to meet them. And I thought, what a good idea to start a whole new thing and start a magazine. I started the magazine first. And the magazine was called Superfly.
Right.
And that caused a buzz because it was about all the rappers. I got information. I interviewed them. And then it became so that my office became the hangout for all the rappers.
It was the spot.
When they had nothing to do, or they didn't know where to go, or they had nothing to eat, my office was the place. And it was the hottest place in town, I want to tell you. And they were wonderful. I mean, they were wonderful, every single one of them.
So the TV show, how long was it? Was it an hour? Was it a half an hour?
No, it was about an hour.
Okay.
And anyone who wanted to come on, at that time everything was new. People were not accustomed to what I was doing. And even I wasn't. But I loved what I was doing.
Okay.
And I was able, because that nobody was doing those things, people wanted to be on my show. And I loved doing it. Anyone who wanted, I had the craziest ones.
Well, people are going to want to be on this show because it's the hottest thing right now, Crashing LA. Now, when we had you on a couple of times, and I thought it'd be perfect to get you back in the mix and see how we shake it up here in LA. And I got a chance to coordinate with you and your lovely husband here, Lou. How you doing, Lou?
Doing great.
You're
Glad
doing
to
great.
Be here. I think Crashing LA is going to be terrific.
Yeah, we put our heads together, man. Came up with this concept for this show, man, and it's going to be wonderful. We got an incredible artist coming up for your first guest. His name is Ace, and ironically, he's from New York. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You see how I tied that in? Well, you see how I tied that in?
You're very clever.
Man,
I want to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm with you, kiddo.
So you know what? I tell you what. You have that book that is blazing. Tell the folks about that and put it up there so people can see what it looks like. I think it's this camera right here, and because people want to know about this Superfly. Tell people, what's the name of the magazine and the book? The name of the magazine was called Superfly, but you named your book what now?
This is the magazine.
This was the magazine, yes. Let me see that magazine.
This is an original.
Hand me that.
That's an original magazine.
It's original. Put the camera over here for a second. It is Superfly.
And that's a long time ago.
Oh, that's a very, very long time ago.
And
they got my baby Big Daddy Kane on the back.
I love Big Daddy Kane. I think I have a crush on him still.
Superfly.
Yeah, great. And knowing everyone, I knew all the artists. In those days, they didn't know anybody like they do today. They weren't accepted as easily, and it was tough for them.
Yeah.
And they really had no place to hang out. my office became the hangout. I had the sandwiches, I had the tea, I had the coffee, and they loved it, and I loved them.
Yes.
It was just wonderful.
So
I
this
loved
book, Superfly, My Untold Story of Hip Hop.
Yeah, because that would do. I used to hop all over.
Yes.
And it really was successful.
And people can purchase this book right now.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, the one thing I noticed about you too, because you're all over, you've been doing all this press, media. One thing that I found out about you, if I can just Google your name.
Yes.
All those articles and everywhere you can pick up the book, it comes up right there.
How great.
Yeah.
It's
You're
so
trending.
great.
You're trending. You all over the place.
And don't you enjoy doing it? This is my husband, Lou, and he's been terrific. Great help, I must tell you.
Absolutely. Yes. I enjoyed watching the Superfly magazine metamorph into the book. It's a fabulous book with all kinds of information about hip-hop, about Gloria's life, with the magazine afterwards, and the story of a lot of the artists of hip-hop.
And you married a pioneer.
You definitely were.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes,
yes.
you did. Yes, you did.
And I not only have about people, the hip-hop, I had about other people.
Yes, you did.
I visited the Pope. There's a story out there.
Yeah,
There's a story about interesting things that people would really understand and relate to. And I can tell you a few of them if you want to hear.
Well, you know what? We got plenty of time, and this is just the very first show. And I tell you what, because you have stories and stories for days. But we have an artist that's going to be coming up, Ace.
Great.
Oh man.
Oh, I heard
incredible
about him. I've heard about
artist.
him.
You know, so
you can swoon.
Oh,
Where is he?
Yeah.
I'm swooning already.
He's coming right up. We're gonna go into this first break, and I got a little surprise for you. Because the name of your book is called Superfly. Name of that magazine, Superfly. Yeah. I thought it would be most appropriate that the very first song that we played in the break will be Superfly by Mr. Curtis Mayfield. What about that? What about that?
I got a chill going through me.
Yeah, I got that cleared. I got that cleared.
I love it.
There's a great picture of Curtis Mayfield in the book also.
Oh, it is? Oh, I need to see that on the side of this break. Yeah. So, we're going to go into a little break. Crash in L.A. If you want to holler at me, you want to holler at Gloria, you want to holler at Ace, it's coming up, 1-800-893-9562. Again, 1-800-893-9562. We'll be right back after these songs, and we're going to chop it up, man. It's Crash in L.A.
Ooh, Superfly. You're gonna make your fortune. ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die. Superfly. Huh.
introduced him to my baby. And while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart away from me. Oh, yes, he did. But I remember the night and that beautiful Tennessee waltz. Only you know how much I lost. Oh, yeah, you know that I lost my lost my baby. That night they kept on playing that beautiful sinner she was. Oh yeah, I was dancing with my baby to that sinner she was. When an old friend I happened to see. Oh yeah, I introduced him to my baby. While they were dancing, dirty dog stole my baby away from me. Oh yeah, but I remember that night and that beautiful Tennessee waltz. Only you know just how much I've lost. Oh yeah, you know that I lost my baby. That night they kept on playing that beautiful, that wonderful, that marvelous, that glorious, that beautiful sinner she was.
Woo!
love.
Crash in L.A. That's
Wow.
how we setting it off, Gloria. Oh man.
I love it.
We started out with the Superfly, Curtis Mayfield, and we ended it with that Tennessee waltz, Mr. Sam Cooke.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Only here you could do it.
Only on
here.
this. Yeah.
People
Come on
will
now.
never hear it any other place. And because you
can
have the
search
feel.
and search
And
and
you
search.
have the feel for it.
You're not
And I
gonna find
love it.
You're not gonna find it. Only right here on Crash in L.A. That's what we doing.
We're doing great.
And you know what? Without further ado, we got the first guest. The very first guest on Crash in L.A. is Mr. Ace.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, my man?
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
It's good to be
man.
here.
Yeah, you're sitting next to a pioneer. Right
I know.
there.
I was reading the magazine right now. I was just going through here. I
Yeah.
saw
Trailblazer.
EPMD is in here.
Oh, yeah,
You know
EPMD.
EPMD is from Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How's
So
it been? Terrible T?
Everything's been going good, man.
That's
Everything's
good.
So, Gloria wanted to do this show, and because she had a show in New York called Crash in New York.
Oh, okay.
So, her and her husband say, hey, can we create a show? I say, of
Yeah.
course you can. Of course you can.
And-
By all means.
Well, you do things so easily and so beautifully.
Well,
It's
you know
a
what?
pleasure.
I'm gonna kick it off asking the first question.
All right.
And then Gloria, you just come in there and you can chime in whatever
We'll
you
all
want.
chime.
Okay, I tell you what. I think the very first thing people want to know is ACE. What does that stand for? How did you come up with that name?
ACE stands. It's an acronym. ACE. Artistic Creative Energy.
Okay.
So that's like that's really what I embody on as an artist.
Okay.
Just no matter where it is, no matter what type of song it is, whether it's introspective, turned up, or whether it's whatever. It's just bringing that raw artistic creative energy to the studio all of the time.
ACE. ACE.
ACE. Yeah.
And it stands for what again now?
Artistic creative energy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ain't nobody around you with no bad energy.
Yeah, no, of course not. I can't deal with that.
You better not.
I can't afford that.
She said better not.
Exactly.
You have a question for Ace?
Yeah. How did you come here?
Um,
Leave New York and come here
so
had to be a big step.
It was a series of things, like,
to everyone.
but it was something I always knew I wanted to do, and then it was just a lot of things that were happening in life that kind of lined up for that. I have a lot of people out here that I went to college with that moved out here,
Good.
so I knew I had a good network to fall back on, and a lot of people from my college who are going into the music industry or are in the music industry or in the entertainment industry.
Cool.
So I knew I had a good network to come out here to, and I just, I started, to really just put things in motion, and they started to move faster than I intended. So actually, I wasn't going to be out here until January, but then I got out here in November, and, I've just been grinding since to like build a network out here that I can operate with and, create with.
What kind of music do you do?
I do predominantly hip hop, but I'm a little bit everywhere. I'm just kind of like hip hop, R&B, soul, that whole corner.
Yeah.
That whole area over there of that's really what moves me. As long as it's something that resonates with me,
right?
Then I feel like it'll resonate with other people. So that kind of element of like soul music, I would call it.
I got you. I got you.
Can you sing a bit now?
Sing?
Or just bust a little something.
She bust a rap?
She wants you to do some acapella. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I love that.
Let's see. Who won it ain't really ready. The game about to get messy. I'm on the edge, so don't test me. The more you try to impress me, the less I'm gonna respect you. So don't expect me to help you. All I can do is guide you and tell you to do what I do. It's survival of the fittest. If you ain't really with it, then forget it. This game ain't for you, homie. You should quit it. My door bigger than my tumble. Your shit's a midget. Better get on your grind. Ain't no time for you to kick it. My mind's wired different than 99% of these rappers I be hearing every day that I get sicker. It wouldn't be no room for these cats if I was bigger. It would get hotter than shots of liquor in my liver. But homie, I'ma keep going in until I get a proper spot in the game. Make them remember my name. I does it for the love of it, but I'm looking forward to fame. I'm saying I'm the same. This ain't a game. Nothing changed.
Oh, bravo.
I like that flow. You got a nice little flow over there, man.
Very good.
I couldn't remember that. Nice. That's nice. So, you got a new project?
Right now, I'm working on a new project. My project that I put out last year is still available on my website, artisticcreativeenergy.com. And right now, I'm working on. I'm not even really working on a new project yet. I'm more just working on singles to put out. Because right now, I'm really more in a position where I want to generate more interest. So if I feel that to do a whole project right now wouldn't make a lot of sense, to make all of those records and sit on them that whole time. I'd rather just concentrate on putting the record out, getting the most run out of it, and then put the next one out and just keep on creating and keep on doing like that.
Any musical influences? You from New York, so come on, man, go on, drop them.
Man, my musical influences. I mean, mine are all over the place because you could catch me listening to anything.
Any genre of music. I mean, just touch
first
me with
and foremost, as an entertainer, Michael Jackson was definitely my main influence as far as like entertaining and want to even get in front of people and put on the show. From the rap world, I would definitely say a lot of the artists in the late 90s, early 2000 era, like Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, Snoop, Missy, just everybody who was really like out around there, and it was like a good time in hip hop, like for originality and creativity. That's what really influenced me the most.
You have a whole
check out that book?
I was looking at the Superfly magazine during the break. It's crazy to see everybody in here.
And that Superfly magazine could still be relevant today. It could still work.
Absolutely.
Yes, it could.
Yeah.
Well, those artists you mentioned are in the book.
They all here.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, they all in the actual book, in the Superfly book.
The Superfly book, and most of them are in here because they used to crowd my office. Every day I'd have plenty of food, and I have pictures where the office was bursting. They're standing out in the hall, and I try to put in always as many pictures as I could so that they could get a little glory and get work. But they were wonderful, just wonderful. I loved every one of them.
Because you have to understand, Ace, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of outlets. For hip hop.
Right.
So when she started this magazine, like she said, they was lined up.
Right.
The people sent them over there. You need to go over there and do that thing with Superfly.
They're crazy.
And you know what? It was such a beautiful time in hip hop. Where you could. I mean, it's a trade-off, but it was such a different time in hip hop now, where you had outlets like Superfly,
right?
And you really had like your album cover. You had a couple of magazine outlets, and that was it, And now there's like so much more to get awareness around. Things like this are important. Like that brings me back to like an era where things are just a little bit more simpler. You know what I mean? And
Well,
a little bit
were
more direct to the fans. You
people
know,
were more open.
Right.
Yeah.
People were responsive. Now it's more blasé, or they're used to it, or okay,
right.
I've
You're
seen
right.
it, I've heard it. Okay, next time.
And we have a
But-
constant exposure nowadays to the artists. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were doing this, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't
That's right.
these outlets for the artists.
You're right.
You know, so
You're right.
outside of that, these artists were like Bigfoot. You know, something you thought you saw. You know, and then with an outlet like this was really important because it gave those artists some place to actually voice their.
And they were wonderful.
Yeah.
And they were wonderful. I loved every one of them became friends.
Gloria, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Did you know at the time, like a lot of these people who you were interviewing were going to be who they are now? You know, like some of the LL Cool J's and
like Big Daddy Kane, all of them. I mean, they all had a vibrancy about them. They had
Right.
the way they loved what they were doing, and they fought for what they were doing. You know,
Right.
because they weren't accepted easily. People were
Right.
kind of nervous about them and a little scared, but they continued. The only thing I used to lecture them, I really did. It was crazy, but I did, because they never realized that when they were spending money like it was water,
Right.
that it was coming out of their money, what
Right.
they were earning. So when the end of a couple of months and they needed money and they went to ask for it, they said, why? We gave it to you. You
Right,
had a party. You had
right,
this.
right.
They thought that the industry was doing it for them.
Yeah.
And that was never explained to them. You
Yeah,
know, it was
yeah.
really
They got
terrible.
took.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have another question for you, Gloria. I know it's going to be a hard question
No.
because she said no. Because you're around so many different artists and so many different legends. Who were some of the people that you can consider like your favorites that you interviewed or like being around? If you could name a few.
Well, I could. Let me think about it for a second, and I'll tell you. Well, I liked, as you heard me, I liked Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane.
I liked, I'm blanking out, which I really shouldn't because I know him backwards.
Well, I know you like, I know Big Daddy Kane was instrumental in
Big Daddy
helping you out a
Kane
lot.
was wonderful. He was really good because at that time nobody really knew him. And I'm going to read. I'm blanking out.
Well, but you know what though? You have so many.
No,
You got
I shouldn't blank out
but
because
it's so many, But I'll let you ponder on that, and I'm gonna ask Ace.
it's crazy.
Do you have any management right now, or
Okay.
you doing this on your own, or?
Right now, I'm really moving in a. I have somebody managing me, but I don't have a manager. I'm more like when it comes to my career, I'm more of if somebody comes to me and they want to do something for me,
Right.
do it. You know, like it's dope to me, and it's a blessing to me to have anybody emotionally invested in my music to the point where they want to bring it to somebody or they want to represent me someplace. I have somebody who's managing me right now, and it's good because it puts me in a position where I can sort of be the artist. You know, when you could wear all the hats, people expect you to wear every hat. And then sometimes you don't get to be just the artist. You know, I
Right.
think, kind of piggybacking off what Gloria was saying, that like, as an artist, you have to know what's happening with your career, what's
You have
happening
to
with your
know.
money.
Exactly.
But you should hire people because you don't have the time to do those things, not because you don't have the know-how. So what I like to do is just sort of fall back, and then when people, want to come do stuff for me, I allow them to do it. And if I want them to do what I like that outside viewpoint, and if it goes against what I feel, then I just
Well, but you
bring
learn.
them right back in the line. But
But you learn when someone could correct you or
Yes.
help you or say something.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but-
it's a very good thing.
because at the end of the day, I'm an artist first. Like
Yeah,
everything
an
else I
artist first,
learned
yeah.
because I had to, because
Yeah.
nobody else would do it for me. So it's refreshing to come to somebody who can approach a situation like a manager
Right.
and say, look, this is the best thing for you. Because as an artist, I may be excited about something that they've thought through fully from another perspective. So yeah, to answer your question right now, I do have somebody that's managing me.
Okay, you're active on social media and taking advantage of all those avenues, those new avenues, because I come from an area where we didn't have that.
I'm taking selfies right now. Trying to get my people to call in, man, you know. But yeah, I'm active I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, ACEXXI. They can follow me on there. Facebook is the same thing, ACEXXI. And yeah, that's so I'm on social media. Oh, and my website, artisticcreativeenergy.com. You can go there for my album, for new music, new videos, everything. Like that's my home space.
Well, that's great.
Let me ask you this: you have one artist or group that you could learn from. 1 year to just tour and just soak up all the energy that person or that group has to offer, to be a sponge. Who would that be and why?
Man, that's a tough one because there's 3 that pop in my head.
Well, go and hit me with 3 then.
Okay, all right, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I would definitely have to say Drake.
Okay.
I like his movement. I like the fact that he's been able to find a balance of what people want to hear and what he wants to hear,
right?
And it works. You know what I'm saying? It translates into like he could drop a surprise album and it do 500,000 in the first week. Yeah. You know, like so I think there's something to be learned there because anytime you can make music for you that you want to hear first and foremost, and it be that successful and be well received, then there's something to soak up there. Kanye West. I just like his energy. I like the idea of somebody like Kanye, somebody to be that voice as misguided and immature as it could be sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But we all have our moments. We all have our moments where but he has at least the courage to be vocal about how he feels. In an industry where nowadays a lot of people are trying so hard to be politically correct and make friends and everything. And then last but not least, I have to say Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Because he's another artist that I feel like embodies that ability to make music for himself and still be successful and to be able to master his creativity to a point where he could get across a whole concept. I would like to pick that up from him.
Okay. And
well,
Gloria?
You know, I was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I don't know. I just froze. I don't know. I have no idea why. But my favorites, I'm going to give you a Tony, Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
I like MC Hammer. They were great.
Oh, yeah.
Master Ace. I loved LL Cool J.
Of course.
I mean, all these artists, I mean, they used to hang out and I used to feed them. So.
Yeah. And you know what, though? I love the fact that you used to feed them.
I used to feed them.
I always had out there. I'd be up there, too.
I want to tell you, no, you wouldn't. Yes,
I would.
And I would feed you,
Gloria
too.
Is feeding. We need to be up there.
I would. I fed everyone. I mean, it was known. You're hungry, go up and see Gloria.
Yeah.
He has a basket full of food.
But you know, but they knew too that if you
see this picture.
Let me see that picture.
This is where they absolutely used to fill up my office. Here.
Now I need to see that.
They didn't even fit in my office.
Can I see that so I can put it in front of the camera?
Live.
Because this is in the hallway. And I want people to see.
They would come in droves.
I want people to see how they crowded.
It's like amazing to
trying
me.
to be all. They up in there.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. You know, they used to be.
They up in there for real.
They loved it, and I loved them.
Yeah, they up in there for real.
I mean, it was a pleasure when they came up there, and I had food, and they had no place to go.
That's love.
They couldn't go to restaurants, or they felt funny going to restaurants.
Gloria, that's love. That's love.
Love them.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, I'll tell you what, Ace, we're going to get ready to go into a break, and I want you to introduce your latest joint, man. The video that we got our hands on, man. Yeah. So you take it away, man. You can introduce it any way you want to, man.
So this is the Untouchable remix featuring Gavin Heavy. That's an artist out of Brooklyn I've been working with when I'm back in New York. I'm still working with now. You know, we just working bi-coastally. But this is off of my my project last year 1, The Human Element, and you can still get that at my website, artisticcreativeenergy.com. And this was the remix. This was a something that I was feeling, you know, when you have a beat and you just want to put more on it. So we did that, got Gavin Heavy on the remix, and this is it. We shot the video and made it happen.
Okay. Well,
that's the only way.
I'll tell you what.
That's the only way.
We have a call.
We not giving up. Got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Hey, y'all know they can't touch me now. Hey yo, we not giving up. Got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Trying to get everyone to listen to the hits that I've been spitting is the mission I've been on ever since the beginning. I've been itching to perform. It's the calm before the storm, the warning before it's on. I'm telling you, word born. The world about to get familiar with me. Dudes like me tend to go down in history. Where I'ma take the game from here is still a mystery, but my mission is for people who hear it to see clearly. No longer blinded by the fiction that the system impose on you as the truth, without showing you any proof that they man that we're living is the only way to make sense. Cause how they want you living's the product of dollars and cents, an economical game. So you gotta play the game, and if not, then you go insane. And honestly, it's a shame that in the 21st century, this the way that we live it. From the nation that claims free, but got us locked in the prison. We not tripping, we all good. We struggling, but we gon' get up out the hood. We not tripping, we alright. We getting by, so we getting high tonight. We not tripping, it's all love. Fellas, give me dap, ladies, give me hugs. We not tripping, it's okay. We ain't worried about tomorrow, we just living for the day.
I came to finish it up, finito, de poquito. We get the streets hope, speedboats and Learjets. On top of the clouds, but I ain't there yet. I could possibly foul, give them a hand check. Man, yes, I'm running with the rebels. Succumb to the streets and you'll be running with the devil. I'm raising up the levels, top speed. I'm from a place when they in your face, Mach 3. Stopping me, stop it, G. Never had to be cool, no monopoly. It gotta be flow, it gotta be ill. It gotta be cold, it gotta be real. Honestly, I'm trying to give that honesty feel. Mind blown, space odyssey feel. And we'll probably still be the same as we came in. Made men in a world full of cavemen.
We not giving up, got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Hey yo, we not giving up, got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Hey yo, we not giving up, got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Hey yo, we not giving up, got two middle fingers up like nah, 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 nah. Y'all know they can't touch me now. Y'all know they can't touch me now.
Before I formed you in the womb, I knew and I approved of you. Now, I think about it now. What does that have to do with anything? Well, God knew me and He chose me before the foundations of the earth. God knew when I was supposed to show up. Oh, y'all pray for me. Praise the Lord.
My mind can never sit still, it's always loving the wrong. They gave my brother years trying to get it before he's home. I wipe my mama tears, let her know she ain't alone. Then I sit this Perry on, cause that wait ain't very long. They say we couldn't make it, had to prove them very wrong. They hating, they very on, they tripping, no carry-ons. Got paid off my songs, that paid off my loans. I was standing next to debt, now we waiting next to thrones. I could've seen that dirty money like I'm standing next to cones. But I'm spelling out poems till I'm selling out domes. Feeling like Dre making money from my phones. Knew they couldn't win, so I got them fight on. Tight song. Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me.
Y'all pray for me. Praise the Lord.
Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me. Pray.
From the bowels of my mother, hath He made mention of my name.
Oh Lord, I could finally afford, but this fame is no reward, just a perk when I record. I used to get ignored when driving my daddy's Ford. I was a student at the desk, now I'm the teacher by the board. Sitting on the bench, now I'm scoring on the board. Looking all bored, this winning I'm all for it. They riding with the way they on board. Birthday nights, make a wish and don't blow it. Cake in the ice, can have both and won't show it. Calls in the clothes, can own both and won't owe it. Standing with a legend and she didn't even know it. You might have had a rapper, but you never loved a poet. Post city on my back. I'm a swing bro, never went back, never came whack. Gave the truth, gave the facts, all in the tracks. Niggas is rats, follow the tracks, follow the raps. Been on where I came to be.
Y'all pray for me, praise the Lord.
Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me. Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me.
And before you were born, I separated
Somebody
and set
pray
you
for me.
apart, consecrating you, and I appointed you as a prophet to the nation.
Somebody prayed for me. You made a way for me. I couldn't hold on much longer, but you made me stronger. Somebody prayed for me. You made a way for me. Everyone gave up. You made a way up. Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me.
Y'all pray for me, praise the Lord.
Somebody pray for me. Church said pray for me. Pray.
You were born for a time such as this. You are alive for a time such as this. God knew that he had to have the best running the fourth leg of the relay race.
This is your dad. We just let you know that we love you and we're proud of you and all the things that you accomplished, that you made. A lot of great music, all the challenges that you may have. We know that God is with you and continue to be the best because you are the best. At the age of 9 months, I knew that God had given you a special gift and talent. You talk before you walk. And that's not a natural thing. It's a gift from God. And you have used that talent. We're very proud of it. And we give all praises to God.
Crash in L.A. That's how we do it, man. We back in full effect. Miss Glory Goldwater, Terrible T, we back. Ace is still in the building.
Yes.
We have a caller online. See if we can find out who's on the line right quick. Caller, Crash in L.A., you on the line. Who is this?
Man, it's your boy Domino, man. Coming down from Dallas, Texas, man.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening with you, man?
Hey, man, are you got your ears on? Are you watching us? What's up, man?
I'm not watching right now. I was in the car, but I seen my boy was on there, boy, my nigga Ace. So, you know what I'm saying? I just had to go ahead and give a call right quick. Just
of course. Go on and holler at your fam, man.
What's going on, Damo? How you living, man?
What's good with you, brother?
What's good?
Man, I'm down here. I'm in the Triple D, man, Dallas, Texas, as they call it.
That's
okay.
That's my stomping grounds.
Oh man,
Dallas, Texas.
We're a couple of hours ahead of the Cali right now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Two to be exact.
Yeah. Yeah, to be exact, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm from Oak Cliff, man. I'm on Oak Cliff, baby.
Oh, yeah, you already know. Oak Cliff, born and raised, you know what I'm saying? Made it out. And came
Okay.
back to contribute, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know the environment. What's up with y'all, though?
So
man?
you supporting Ace, man? You supporting Ace, man?
Man, Ace a good dude, man. I seen that dude been grinding for a very long time, bro. Like, for real. Like, you don't really see too much people staying persistent, you know what I'm saying? They dream even when things ain't going out the way they expected. You know what I'm saying? But that's the art of the hustle, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really see the backdrop of it, the background.
Right.
I appreciate you once you're on and, you know, once they're able to hear what you want them to hear finally kind of thing. So, you know,
That's
I've been
what's
in the
up.
background with them. And I'm saying I appreciate what he's doing and hopefully everything works out. But, you know, hey, as a good friend and as a person that say you fuck with you, it's only right that you support him.
Okay, you got to cut that.
Word up. That's love. And a lot of people don't know Damo goes back when I was like 4 or 5 years ago when I was like freestyling in my freshman dorm room. So he's been around. He's seen it since back then. That's what's up, man. It's good to hear from you, man.
Well, hey, man, we a little pressed for time, man, but I'm glad you got a chance to call in and holler at him, man. Keep watching, man, and keep following his career, all right?
Man, for sure, man. Y'all hold it down out there on the West.
All right, man.
Yeah,
all right, man. Appreciate it.
I'm
Appreciate
holler at
it.
you.
Yeah,
Peace, man.
Showing some love, man. I know we got another caller right here. We're going to try to do this right quick so we can kind of end the show.
Yeah.
we got one more caller online, and we're gonna try to figure out what's happening, man, because they showing a lot of love, man. They showing a lot of love, man. So we're just gonna try to see who's on the line holding to talk to Ace, man. This is a crash in L.A., man. Who is this, and where you calling from?
Yo, respect, brother, respect. This is Mike Keynes, man. This is a real close friend of Jason, man.
Okay, all right, man. Go on, holler at him, man. What you think about?
New York, you already, baby.
So what you think about him, man? What you think about this cat, man? He can make it?
Baby. He's I feel like he's one of the top right now, man.
Okay.
Honestly, you already know he does his thing. Respect, humble, good dude. He always does what he do.
Right.
And especially in New York, everybody loves him, man. So you're already taking it to the West Coast is definitely a big thing.
Yeah.
More of a big thing. So.
Yeah, man, that's my homie right there. This is happy belated birthday, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you already know it ain't about me right now. It's about you.
It's love, man. Good looks. That's good looks, man. You gotta bring yourself on out here to the West Side.
Yo, what up, Ace? It's Mike Marshall, boy.
Oh, what's going on, man? What's going on? Mike Marshall, producer extraordinaire. What's good, brother?
Producer. All right.
You already know Marshall Beats.
Yeah, I need some new heat from you for the new project.
Oh, always, bro. I remember when Mitch first came over here with your tape. I told you when I seen you, man. I'm bumping your joint every day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
Go way back, man. Yeah.
That's love.
Well,
yeah,
hey, man,
you already know.
I appreciate you calling in, man, showing love for him, man. We get a little pressed for time, man. But he'll be back on again, man. So just keep following him, man, all right?
Oh, definitely. Respect. That always, man.
All right, man. Thanks, man. All right, appreciate it.
Peace and love.
Yeah, you got love out there, man.
Yeah, man.
You got love out there, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, when we was off the air, man, we was talking about some things, and I think Lou had a couple of questions that he wanted to holler at you about,
Yeah, I have a good question for you. What's your inspiration in writing these songs, and do you ever get writer's block?
So my inspiration really comes from, for me, it's like life experiences. No matter what, I try to bring a lot of different sounds into one project when I do put a project together. And just in general in my music, I like to bring a lot of different sounds together, but they all have to draw from life experiences. So if it's a party song, then it's it's from a time where either something that happened to me or something that was happening around me. Or if it's a introspective song, then it's all coming from me. So my life is really the inspiration for all of it. And I do get writer's block. There's times when, outside of being a rapper, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes life catches up with you, and there's so much to do and so much that you don't really have the time. So right now, my job is to just create an environment where making the music is fun for me. As long as the music is fun, I don't get writer's block.
Do you have any recurrent themes in your music?
I do. My recurrent themes are really about humanity and just sort of that human element, that human, just that very human raw emotion. I feel like so many people nowadays, they rap about turning up, but nobody raps about the hangover. You know what I'm saying? We rap about being in love, and we rap about the one night stand, but we don't rap about heartbreak the next morning, or we don't sing about heartbreak the next morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or that isn't really expected from that artist. That artist is expected to only turn up. That artist is expected to only be emotionally vulnerable. Whereas, I feel like it could be brought together. So, yeah.
You talk about women a lot.
I do talk about women. I love women, so it's there's always
say you talk about women a lot.
It's always the record is either he's right. Outside of being braggadocious and boastful rapper, it's a lot about women. But I'm 24 years old right now, so women is a big thing to me.
Well, I tell you what, yeah.
I'm a little bit older. It's a big thing to me.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, I tell you what, man. I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
You out here in LA, man. If someone was to approach you and say, you know what, man, saw you, heard your story, love it, think we want to document it, follow you around, create a reality show.
Yeah.
You open to that, man?
Absolutely.
24/7 now.
24/7. Let's do it.
Hey, we talking about 24/7.
Yeah, I understand. There's a certain level of like, I mean, as an artist that wants to do well, you have to understand that at some point, in order to reach the amount of success that you want to reach, your privacy is going to have to be something that you give up. It's going to have to be something that you let go of.
Well, Gloria, I tell you what, I want you to talk about this book again before we leave. Superfly, My Untold Story of Hip Hop, right? And can you just kind of tell us, like, what was why do this book now?
I was thinking about it for a long time,
right?
Because I had so many wonderful things happen to me,
right?
Awful things too, but I don't know. It just felt it had to be told, because sometimes, and this is going to sound absolutely insane, sometimes I would be at a party or I would be someplace and people would ask me questions.
Right.
Mainly when someone asks me, I answer and tell them what I think and what I did. And one day somebody asks a question, which is kind of intimate. And I looked at her and I answered because this was about my background, my home, my things. And I thought to myself, everybody keeps asking me questions. And most of the time they think I make it up. And I've had such a fascinating, interesting life and a full life that I felt I'm going to write a book. I mean, once and for all, I'm going to tell it all. And if they don't have to ask questions, just buy the book.
There you go. And then you can pick up that book anywhere. I'm going to tell you right now.
It's a good book, I think.
It's a wonderful book. I mean, I've read it. You had a signed copy for me. I've read it like 3 times already because I thought I might miss something. Right. Now, the great thing about you, like I said, what I've noticed is even if you're not sure where to pick this book up, if you just Google this lady's name, Gloria Goldwater, I'm telling you, every possible place where you can pick up this book is there. And we thank you for actually writing this book because people need to be educated about the early days. And I think you did a wonderful job in laying the foundation of how it was, in the early days of New York hip hop.
Oh, they were taken advantage of.
The
youngsters, they were so excited that somebody would give them a job or somebody would put them on the air or do something. They never really had proper management, and they were taken advantage of. And I used to tell them, I used to really say to them, you're doing the wrong thing. And or they have a huge party and they blow all their money. Well, that you can't do that, you need to live. And then, but they were great. I loved everyone.
Well, time flies so fast. We're at the end of the show. But I tell you what, before we leave, Ace, won't you tell people how people can get in contact with you, man?
Well, they could definitely find me on my website, artisticcreativeenergy.com.
Right.
They could find me at my Twitter, at my Facebook, and on my Instagram. That's ACEXXI.
Right.
On all 3 of those platforms. They could find me on YouTube at The Takeover TV. They can find me on SoundCloud at Takeover Entertainment. They can find me. They can find me anyway. They can find me on iTunes. I got a new single coming out next month, so they can find that on iTunes. So I'm gonna be everywhere.
Okay.
And of course, the music is right here on Skidrow Studios on Crash in LA.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Gloria, we did the first show. The one is in the book. How do you feel?
I feel wonderful.
Okay, well,
wonderful.
I said let's keep it going on, man.
And can I thank y'all for being
I want to thank my husband.
Yes, of course.
It was wonderful.
And it's an honor to be like the first guest on Crash in LA. That's so dope to me.
Until next time, this is Crash in LA. It's me, Terrible T, and Miss Gloria Goldwater. We doing it up. Crash in LA.